then back, I'd be looking back, forward, and then rudder pedals left and right. Okay, flight instruments, comms, and nav. So let's see here, maps. And we are going to fly a heading. Look at nav log. We're going to fly a heading at 305 degrees. Normally, let's say 270 because that's normally what they give me. So, usually with my SciTech panels, I'd be able to change this, but my SciTech panels don't work with version 4. Okay, so 240. I'll just make sure it's correct. B. Okay. So we're just going to fly a heading at 240 when we get, I'm at 270 when we get out of here. Can't set my radios because they aren't working. Trim set for takeoff. Yep. Mixture adjust. Ooh, I wasn't paying attention. Let's get this thing. Okay. Run up, throttle up to 1700. Okay, 1700. All right, let's do the mag drop test. The right mag, back to both. Left mag, drop, okay. Okay, there's no carb heat. Okay, let's check, everything's in the green. Temperature, pressure, vacuum, amps, fuel. Amps. It's charging right now. It's probably because of my stupid startup stuff. Okay, then we're going to bring her back down to idle. And we're going to bring the mixture out just a little bit. Okay, throttle's adjusted. Let's see. I would once I get my ATC working. Flight sim fan. Autopilot off. And plus, you guys can ask a question anytime. Cabin doors and windows are closed. Seat belts are on. Passengers briefs. Okay, let's turn on our lights. Any lights on? We're not going to do a taxi light. Navs, strobes. So is that all looking nice out there? Can we see our landing light? Yep, it's on the wing. Okay. Flaps are confirmed up. Autopilot is off. Transponder mode C. Not going to mess with transponder right now. Brakes release. Okay, so we are ready for takeoff. What's the difference between a jet engine and a flight attendant? I don't know, gamer boy. What is the difference between a jet engine and a flight attendant? I am afraid that I asked. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is normally where I'd switch to tower and I say, hey, tower. Cessna 34 Bravo Tango is ready at 27 left for a 270 departure. And it would say 34 Bravo Tango cleared for takeoff. And then after takeoff, fly heading 270. And they already give me clearance like fly 3000 or something, so we're just going to do it. As soon as I get my rudder pedals working. Ugh. There we go. We're just going to do normal takeoff. That's pretty funny, gamer boy.
Runway 27 left, 2,600 feet remaining.
All right. Engine instruments are in the, let's see, are in the green. Airspeed's active. Okay, we're going to wait till 55 and just pull the nose up just a little bit, and we're off. I don't think it's a 290 heading after takeoff. And with version 4, the ball really works now on the turn and bank indicator. One sec, gamer boy. I am turning to 290. And we're going to trim for the climb out. Oh, heading 300. No, the mixture is full rich right now on takeoff. The engine sounded pretty good. Oh, come on, you. Okay. So this is a point where they'd have me switch to SoCal. And I'd say SoCal departure 734 Bravo Tango, 2000 headed to 3000. And SoCal would say radar, we have you at 3 miles northwest of Gillespie. Proceed to 6,000. So I'm going to proceed up here to 6,000. Harry Wang, hey, how you doing? Oh boy, I don't like that icon. That is not a cool icon. Block. Yeah, that was a cool icon. All right, so we're going to continue to fly to 6,000 on how am I doing on course? I need to be at 305, so we're going to go change our course to 305. Eric C2 and Twitch, you're absolutely right. Okay. This thing really makes you fly the ball, just like the real thing my instructor gets on me. It's good practice. And I'm flying a little bit off course, aren't I? Yeah, that's a good point, Gamer Boy. I don't know. But it wasn't cool. Okay, now we're going to trim the aircraft. Still not on the ball. Okay, we are about 3,000 feet, so I'm going to get back on course. Okay, so I'm adjusting the mix. Yeah. There we go. We're at 4,000 feet. I don't know why my iPad's acting up so much. Hey, Flight Sim fan. Hey, he asks, how do you think the sim compares to real life, or at least as a training tool? It's an incredible training tool, and especially how Eric C on Twitch pointed out. I wasn't keeping my plane coordinated and was letting the ball slip. That's something I didn't notice too much on Prepared 3D version 3. If you look at the turn bank indicator, man, I'm pushing in some right rudder right now because I'm in a climb. And that P factor and adverse yaw from the engine, that torque is wants to bank yaw my airplane. All right, we are at 4,700, kind of on course. Frank plus Gamer Boy asks, "What's your thing on Twitch?" My channel on Twitch is called Frank Plus One. Plus One's the name of my flying club I belong to in San Diego. So Frank Plus One. Isn't that weird? How that I've never seen. I wonder why it's doing that. My iPad's freaking out. Let's go back to 305. Pay attention to what we're doing. By the way, we would be under SoCal right now, and we are in the Class Bravo area. And you can see that because on the map it says 10,000 feet to surface, right there. I do not know my iPad's acting up. Hey, what? Let's put the heading bug on 305. There we go. Now we can keep it on there. So we are flying to the Oceanside VOR. So if we look at the Oceanside VOR, it's 115.3. So let's go to vehicle. Let's look at quick radios. Okay, we're at 6,000 feet. We're going to level off. Keep the nose pointed at the horizon. And we're just going to give her a little trim. So as we speed up, the plane's going to want to climb more. So we got to keep adding trim until we get it right where we want to be. Yes, I could do autopilot, but this is part of the learning process of learning how to trim an airplane, because a lot of rental airplanes don't have an autopilot. It's good flying practice. So yeah, this thing is very accurate. Let's see here. Still, I have to push on the yoke, so I'm giving it more trim. Still wants to climb. Will I climb back up to 6,000 feet? Is the trim wheel working? That's funny. The trim wheel is not working. That's weird. My coolie hat's working, but my trim wheel is not working. Let's see. It's going to be hard because I'm flying. Let's see if I can do that for you, Gamer Boy. Let's see. We're going to go on autopilot because my trim's not working. Heading. Let's do altitude. Yeah, I can't do that. Maybe I was hitting the wrong trim wheel. Let's see if this works. There, I was hitting the wrong button for trim. Okay. Okay. So I got trim figured out. Let's see if I can post it quick here for you, Gamer Boy. Okay. So we're going to climb a little bit back up to 6,000. Now let's tune in the VOR for Oceanside 115.3. There we go, 115.3. Now, let's tune in a intercept. It's probably going to be like 305. All right, got it trimmed up. Flying along. Not doing too bad. Okay, so how are we doing on course here? If we go back. Headed back towards course. Headed towards Oceanside. Sorry, my pilot edge is not working tonight. I'm going to have to work on that. I think I know what's going on. Let me see if I can fix this. Alt F. Options. General. See how she does now. Hey, so it looks to me like Pilot Edge 4 has a software in it. Hey, Flight Sim fan, thanks for watching, man. Every Monday night I'm going to do this. So this is my like third or fourth Monday night. Hey, thanks for subbing. Hey, that means you're like 95 or something like that. I'm going for 100 tonight. So thanks again. Hey, if you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And like. And let me know if you have any questions or anything. So just tell you what we're doing. We're flying on Pilot Edge version 4.0. And this is A2A's Cessna 172 SP. I fly 172s in real life. On the right hand side is ForeFlight. That's what I use on my iPad in real life when I fly Cessna. And we're rehearsing flying from San Diego to Van Nuys on a quasi IFR flight plan. Unfortunately, Pilot Edge is not working tonight, so it'll be my own ATC. So we're right on course, it looks like. Got to get the airplane trimmed a little better. Get back up to 6,000 feet. But yeah, the reason why my ForeFlight was going back and forth is that now it appears they have a selection where this thing will broadcast its own latitude and longitude out to the computer, versus I had a program that I was doing it on. So maybe I don't have to run that program and save a step when I am setting up. Hey, GamerBoy335 says, okay, I'm following you now on Twitch. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm going to do this every Monday night and just practice my flying and do some streaming and get to meet you guys. So thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate it. So right now we're approaching altitude of 6,000 feet. We are on course. We're approaching Oceanside VOR. You see the artificial horizon right to the next of it. To the right is the altitude, and next to that's the VOR, which I have tuned to Oceanside. And we're on a course of 305, just going straight down. So when we get to Oceanside, we are going to oops, I'm turning. Let's get back on course. After we pass Oceanside, we are going to take a course of about 304, just slightly different. Go back to so if we were flying this plane by the numbers, cruise flight should be at 2,400, which it's almost at. Let's just reduce it a little bit. There we go. A little off course. Way off course. GamerBoy335 says you should fly for Redlands. Well, GamerBoy, someday I will. Maybe I should fly to Redlands. Hey, Flight Sim fan's probably gone already, but he said, do you like any airline flying like the 777 or no? Yeah, it's okay. I would like that, but I'm kind of doing this for a rehearsal so that I can learn the airplane and practice and rehearse for my real flights. So that's why I'm doing this. It's you know, real world simulation. Well, it looks like we're passing the Oceanside VOR, so you're going to see the VOR switch from a from to a to. Right now we're in the zone of ambiguity, is what they call it. So after that I should fly a heading of 304. CGF Agario says, hi back to you. Thanks for watching. If you just started watching, I am rehearsing or flying a flight from San Diego to Van Nuys. I took off from Gillespie a few minutes ago, and it says in 41 minutes we're going to make it to Van Nuys. The software I'm using on the top right hand corner is called ForeFlight, and that's what I use in real life when I fly a Cessna 172. Oops, I'm a little off course. Let's get back on course a little bit. Boy, I've really lost some altitude. I wasn't paying attention to that. So let's climb up a little bit. We are climbing up back up to 6,000 feet. Wasn't paying attention to my altitude. Hey, gamer boy, thanks for watching. Have some fun on your PS4. What game are you going to play on your PS4? Let's see, let's try something a little different. See if it will give the data. Synthetic vision train not downloaded. What the hell is that about? BTF1. Oh boy, I don't know what BTF1. What's BTF1 stand for? Alright, so our course is a little off. We're flying to the left to get back on course. We're climbing. Are we climbing? No, we're not. Let's climb a little bit. Oops. Let's see if I can. Nah, I don't want to do this. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, let's get back. Alright, so if you just started watching, just let you know we are flying to Van Nuys tonight from San Diego or Gillespie Airport. And we're going to fly over LAX. Tonight I'm flying a Cessna 172 SP right now over San Onofre nuclear power plant. And this is prepared version 4.0. It's a 64-bit. It's a lot smoother, a lot nicer. And I'm using Orbic scenery. And I'm getting off course. Okay, we're at 6,000, so we don't need to climb anymore. And how are we doing on course? We're doing okay. Well, Flight Sim fan, thanks for letting me know. Just 2 more to get 100 tonight. That was my goal, to get over 100 tonight. So thanks for letting me know, Flight Sim fan. So we are flying up a Victor Airway right now, aren't we? Victor 23. So this is this Cessna is a software package. Is a study level software package by A2A. It's very detailed, and it will bite you if you don't treat it right. Hey, that just loaded the software. I'm at the terrain mapping. Isn't that cool? So if you look at it on ForeFlight, we're going from Kelps to Dana right now. You look at the bottom, ETA next waypoint is 3 minutes 23 seconds. We're going to be 37 minutes to get to Van Nuys. Not watching my altitude. Got to get back to 6,000 feet. And our bearing to our next waypoint is 303 degrees. That's why I have set, I believe, in my heading bug. Let's see if that's right. No, 306. Let's see if I can do that right. Oops. Oops. There we go, 303. So we're going to turn a little bit to 303. There we go. So 41 minutes to go. Our real altitude, not our pressure altitude, but our real altitude is 5869 feet, even though the altimeter is saying 6,000. Going 108 knots ground speed, which means we got a little bit of a headwind. Couple knot headwind. Gotta watch my altitude. Okay, I'm just turning on the autopilot just for fun. Not trimming the aircraft correctly. Am I still on course? A little off. All right, so trying to get the aircraft trimmed out to 6,000. Gotta keep it on my heading. Actually, that wasn't too bad to get back on course. It says I should be flying. If you look at the bottom of the ForeFlight page, it says bearing next is 301. So I'm going to head a little bit more than 301 just to get back on course. So you're probably wondering, at 2400 RPM, I should be going 125 knots. I am not. I'm only going 110 knots. Across the ground, I'm going 112. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going 115 knots. Indicated 114 over the ground. So must be, why am I speeding up? Because I'm descending. You know, for some reason, the other thing is this thing's not automatically doing the time. Come on, stay up there. So let's go into world. Let's get real time going on here. Time of season. Reset to system time. There we go. Now we're going to get the sunset going. Sorry about that. It's okay. We're just going to turn the lighting. I'll be just one sec. Make it real time. There we go. We got a sunset going. How's that look? Boy, that looks cool. Okay, let's trim this plane out. It's good practice. So I hold the airplane on the artificial horizon at level, and then I just trim it until I don't have to do any front pressure or back pressure, forward pressure or back pressure. There we go. Got a good heading going on. Beautiful sunset going on. What could be better? All right, coming up our next waypoint, which is Dana Beach. We're flying over Laguna Beach right now. Oh, excuse me, Dana Point is what we're flying over. So since we're in cruise, let's do a cruise checklist. Pitch, we've pitched for level flight altitude. We've got 2400 RPM. Trim's been adjusted. Sort of. How are we doing on mixture? Lean is required. We've already done that. Engine instruments check. Let's see. Let's look here. Temperature, pressure, vacuum, amps are good. Fuel flow is good. We're only sucking about 8 gallons of fuel per hour, which is pretty damn cool. Fuel gauges are reading right. Okay, heading indicator. You guys can't see it because it's covered by ForeFlight, but it's saying we're flying 305, and sure enough, we're flying 305, or 301 or so. Comms and navs, not really working tonight. So that's the end of our cruise checklist. So it is 32 minutes to go, so about 8:25 we should be landing in Van Nuys. So if we get rid of this, go to our flight plan, we're going to Balboa. It should be a 305 degree, and that's what we're doing. Hey, if you guys have just joined us, what I'm doing is I'm rehearsing a flight from San Diego, Gillespie Field, to Van Nuys. And right now we are over Signal Peak. And we're at 6,000 feet. We are flying in Prepared's newest version of their software called P3D version 4.0. And we're using A2A's Cessna 172. It's what I fly in real life for fun. And so I'm using this plane because I'm rehearsing. I'm practicing a flight. So we're at 6,000 feet. Head up towards Long Beach and then across to LAX and then over to Van Nuys. And I'll off course a little bit. Up in the top right hand corner is the software I use when I fly on my iPad. I've got my iPad linked up. It's called ForeFlight. And so it's a way that I can practice using the software. If anyone has any questions, either on Twitch, where I'm streaming, or YouTube, please let me know. See if I know my stuff. Hold on, altitude. I'm not on autopilot, by the way. I've trimmed the airplane out. And we are flying on a course of, should be 305 degrees. And we're quasi-flying on an IFR flight plan. It's kind of hazy on the sunset. See the sun's causing all the particles to light up. See off to the left, that is, what is that area we're looking at there? Newport Beach is off on our left there. And see if I turn this way, you can see the coastline. There's Balboa Island back there. And there is probably Mission Viejo and stuff. Plane seems to be pretty well trimmed up. How am I doing on course? If you look at ForeFlight, I am off course a little bit, so let's head that way to get back on course. There we go, we'll just head for that cloud to get back on course. Maybe to the farthest cloud to get on course. Farthest one to the right. Here we go. Got a question from John Williams. He says, when getting your private pilot's license, do you do most of the studying on your own at home? Do you only go to school for the actual flight hours? Well, there's options. There's different schools you can go to. What I did for my private pilot license is I bought the King's ground school, where it was on video, and basically went to class on video. Now they have it on the internet. You can do it. And so you have two parts of it. You have the ground school, and then you have the flight training. And so the ground school I did on my own. You always could go to a class, or you could just read a book, or the hard way, or you could watch videos. And then flight time is you can go with an instructor, or you can go to a flight school. Hopefully that's the question you were asking, John. So right now I'm doing ground school, where I'm doing the King's ground school course. It's like a $200 course that I watch on my computer. And they have it's kind of like watching the weatherman with the classes and the diagrams and stuff, and studying for my instrument rating for the ground school, so I can fly in the clouds. All right, are we on course? Yes, we are on course. Our next waypoint is going to be Seal Beach, which I should have had turned into the VOR. Let's see here, Seal Beach is, let's see here, 115.7. Let me see if I can cheat and turn in 115.7. Let's see here. Coming up on Seal Beach. John Williams asks on YouTube, can you go on long flights without an instrument rating? Yes, I do not have my instrument rating. And I've flown, just recently flew to Vegas with my wife, and I've done that about 4 times. I've flown to Santa Barbara about 4 or 5 times. Monterey from San Diego. Camarillo. So yeah, I'm way off course here. Let's get back on course. Let's get our altitude back up where it should be. So yeah, the big thing about having instrument rating is you can fly in the clouds. And with a private pilot's license is visual flight rules only, which means you got to remain clear of the clouds. Okay, let's see if I can get this to flip-flop. Back on course. I'm way off course. Let's get back on course here. Boy, I really got off course here. And I'm not watching my pitch my airplane. Let's get that back up. John William, hey, Abuses Game says, hey, Captain Frank, good flight. Hey, thank you, Abuses Games. Good to see you again. Thanks for watching. Flying out to Van Nuys tonight. John Williams said, can you fly on overcast days without an instrument rating? Yes, you can. You just have to be clear of the clouds. So hopefully it's overcast. That's a high overcast. So if it's a low overcast, it's called scud running, and you do not want to do that because you'll end up running into something. Okay, how am I doing on my course? Doing good. We'll head for those mountains. See, my heading is supposed to be 270. What? No. My heading right now is supposed to be 341. So let's turn that heading. As soon as I find my mouse. Where's that heading there? It is 347. There we go. Oops. Close enough. All right, 6,000 feet. John Williams says, would you say that flying a plane is harder than driving a car? Yes, I would, in some respects. But it's a lot easier as far as traffic. You hardly have anybody around you. But yeah, it's a lot more technical. Okay, how are we doing on course? We're on course. Let's center the floor flight again. On course, want to be a little bit to the right. So one trick on flying on course is I just pick out a landmark ahead of us. So that mountain ridge way out there, and just kind of aim for it. Okay, it's saying we have 19 minutes to go before we get to Van Nuys for our landing. Off to our left, there's downtown Los Angeles, those skyscrapers over there. Okay, we're going to get to our next waypoint, 6 minutes, 48 seconds. I don't know why I'm having trouble with the airplane pitching up. Let's get that pitched up right. Get it climbing back. If you just started watching, I am flying to Van Nuys tonight from San Diego. We've got 19 minutes to go. I'm using prepared 3D version 4. The version just came out on May 30th. And using Orbix for the scenery, Southern California scenery, and A2A Cessna 172. So we're flying a Cessna 172. That's what it looks like flying right now. Okay. John Williams asks, can you fly in rain without an instrument rating? Yes, you can, just as long as you have visibility. Your car has 3 miles visibility. I've done that before.
Destination 127.55.
So that was ForeFlight helping me prepare for Van Nuys, and that I could tune in the ATIS. So let's see if I can do that. No, without my control, it'd be too hard to do. We got to watch our course. We got 5 minutes before our next change. Sorry I don't have Pilot Edge working tonight. That would have made this flight even more enjoyable. I'll get that working. And my panels aren't working. I'll have to do some more research on that. Yes, John William asked, do you ever fear mid-air collisions? Yes, I do. I'm always vigilant, keeping my head outside the airplane looking for other traffic. That's why I always talk to air traffic control, because they also another set of eyes on their radar screens keeping a lookout for me, making sure that other airplanes don't stray near me. Plus, I have stuff sometimes in the airplane that gives me traffic positions. So, especially in Southern California, you have to be very aware of what's going on and be good with your flight planning and try to stay out of very high traffic zones. John, you're asking some good questions tonight. Hey, by the way, I've posted some of my real life flying videos. I use about 3 GoPros, so whenever you have a chance, check out my channel and see some of my other videos, like me flying out of Puerto Rico and flying to Catalina, and where else? Flying Santa Barbara, flying out of Santa Barbara. So I've got some good videos. Adonde says, what's up, Frank? Hey, what's up, Adonde? Good to see you. Thanks for watching tonight. Flying from Gillespie in San Diego to Van Nuys. And we've got about 14 minutes to go. And I've got about 2 minutes, 47 seconds till I get to our next waypoint, which is entitled Elmdo. We're headed towards San Gabriel right now. See, Adonde says, flying in certain weather usually depends on visibility and the height of the ceiling. That's exactly right. Well said, Adonde. Current ground speed's 118 knots. That's about 125 miles an hour. Heading right now towards San Gabriel, and then we're going to make a left turn towards Van Nuys. Okay, when we get to El Mundo, we are going to head towards the Van Nuys VOR. We're going to heading at 276. So, the Van Nuys VOR. Let's look at that. It's 113.1. Got 40 seconds. I'm going to turn first. 276 is going to be my heading. 30 seconds, I gotta do it. $22 seconds. Okay, 15 seconds, 14. Let's just start turning now. John Williams asked me, do you rent planes from the flight school? I rent planes from Plus One. It's the United States' largest flying club. It happens to be in San Diego. We have 1,600 members and about 70 airplanes now, based at 4 different airports in the San Diego area. All right, we are headed towards Van Nuys right now. We're going to be there in 11 minutes. Let's see if I can. If you look off to our left, there's downtown LA, and there is Dodger Stadium right there. Okay. Runways. We're just going to keep it simple, and we're going to land on 3-4 right. We're just going to do a right base leg and come in there. So I'm going to go a little bit to my left. And we're going to start a descent. So by the numbers, let's see what a descent would look like. Approach, we're going to do 2200. So let's reduce our power to 2200. There we go. And we're going to shoot for 90 knots. So pull the nose up. There we go. What if you wanted to rent a plane in another state? I have done that. I've done that in Hawaii, in Florida, Hilton Head, Puerto Rico a couple times, and Florida. I usually go to what's called an FBO, someplace that rents airplanes, and I take an instructor with me. The instructor usually knows the area, and so I rely on him just to do the radios and tell me where to go, and I go fly. So I've got some videos with that, like my one in Puerto Rico. All right, so the extended center line. We'll go out a little bit further. We've got started a descent. So what can we say about Van Nuys? Van Nuys, pattern altitude is 1,800 feet. The elevation is 802. Right now we're at 5,300 descending. And we are going to go over Griffith Park. If you guys have just started watching, we're 8 minutes out from landing at Van Nuys. A long time ago, John Williams asked, have you flown Cessna 152s? And John, a long time ago, I did fly Cessna 152s. We've got them in our club. but I fly 172s now. All right, we're doing our nice descent here. Might as well turn a little bit to go out for extended center line. Okay. That's Burbank, so we're passing by Burbank. If we look over to our right here, that is Burbank. So, how's our RPM? RPM still at 2200? Oh, it needs to be a little bit better. Do a little mixture. Yes, I am off course because I'm kind of doing an extended base for 3-4 right. So my course takes me straight to the airport, but I want to line up for the runway. Boy. And I've just laid eyes on Van Nuys. There's Van Nuys off on my right there, so I'm kind of doing a wide base coming in. Spencer Edwards, you're right. You said you should fly around and under the Bravo and Charlies to annoy the controllings. No, I like to fly in Bravo because they keep an eye out for other traffic, and they're always pretty nice to me. So, unfortunately, I can't do that tonight because my Pilot Edge software is not working right. All right, so let's look at our descent checklist for a quick sec. Descent, we don't have carburetor heat, so we're not going to worry about that. Power reduced to 1800. God, I got to watch my... I'm going to keep it at 2200 right now. Mixture adjust as necessary. I am. And rudder centered on the ball. I am. Got it centered. John Williams asks, why do you say Bravo Charlie instead of B and C? We're using the phonetic alphabet, and so instead of Class B, you could say, but we always say Class Bravo, Class Charlie, or Class Delta. Let's see. Adonde said, I didn't realize you were so close. Lots of laugh. Yep, I am pretty close. Spencer Edwards says, well, over the comms they say clear to enter the Bravo. That's right, and you got to have a transponder code, and you got to be at the right position and stuff. And then they give you headings and stuff like that. Donde is absolutely correct. He says it helps not to confuse letters by using phonetics. And it turns on my wife when she's flying with me. See, we're doing our descent nicely here. Our goal is to get to 1800 by the time that we reach the extended center line. See that black line out there? Let's get this right here. There we go. See that black line coming out from the airport? See if we can get to 1800. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Let's see. If I do that, I could go down to maybe 1800. And we're going to raise the nose to slow her down to 90 knots. Okay, so let's do our before landing checklist. Seat belts, shoulder straps adjust and lock. Check. Fuel selectors on both. Check. Landing gear down and lock. We have no landing. Our landing gear is fixed. Mixture full rich. I think we're low enough we can go full rich. All right, let's get our slowed down a little bit. We're coming up on the approach. If we look to our right, you can see Van Nuys is getting bigger in the window. Are airplane engines more likely to fail than car engines? I don't think so. I think airplane engines can be maintained very well. There's a lot of checks that go through them. All right, we're slowing her down. We're coming across the path of 34 left. Oh, excuse me, 34 right. Slowing down to 90. Okay, we're going to slow it down to 1700 RPM. And about ready to make our turn. So it's runway 34, so that's going to be a heading of 34, or 340 degrees. Ooh, I'm way high, so I am going to increase the power, pull the nose up. We're going to let out one notch of flaps. I'm doing all the flaps because I'm way high. And I put the throttle down to idle. And we are just going to keep her at 65 and let her sink. Here we go. We're sinking down. Way high right now. Yeah, I don't think it has to do with the number of cylinders. Spencer Edwards says 4 cylinders are less likely to fail than 6, I guess, if you're flying a normal GA plane. So right now I'm trimming for 65. I just want to lose a lot of altitude right now because I'm way high. If you see the approach lights out front, you see white over white. That means I'm too high. And I've got to get on the center line here. David Caress says, hey back, David Caress. Thanks for watching. I am just about finishing up the flight, and we are landing in,
500.
there we go, we're 500 feet above the ground. We are on the glide slope, so I'm going to give it a little gas. Oops, not that much gas. Let's get that down. There we go. We got red over, oops, now we're too low. Red over white means we're on the glide slope. Let's see if I can get it lined up for it. Now I'm too high. It's white over white. Here we go. There's 3-4 right, just the runway we wanted. We're right on the correct approach. And when I come over the numbers, I'm going to cut the power. Here we go. That was not that good a landing. All right. Coming to a stop. I'm going to exit off on F. Okay, now we're on taxiway. This is the part where we switch to the ground. Let's clean up the airplane. Runway, clear the runway flaps. Flaps are up. Mixture lean for taxi. Bring it out an inch. Carburetor heater off. We don't have carburetor here. Landing light off. Landing. Taxi light on. Comm set. Okay, that would be switch the. And then transponder off. Taxi clearance attained. Okay. So. Flaps up. Okay, I'm just going to taxi over here. Alright, we're just going to taxi over here. Park next to this Bonanza. Nice looking Bonanza. All right. Okay, engine shut down, brakes are set, radios and instruments. We're going to turn them off. So radio avionics master is off. Okay, throttle idle 1000. We got that. Mixture idle cutoff. So we're going to go idle cutoff. See if she can. She shut down. I don't know why the simulator doesn't want to shut down. And we are going to turn off the mags. And then the power. All right. And that, my friends, is another flight to Van Nuys. Only the Cirrus SR20 and 22 have them, though, so you could go through your plane using it as a last resort. Exactly. John Williams says, those Cirrus are expensive. Yes, they are. Well, guys, that is my flight tonight. Thank you so much for watching. It was a successful flight to Van Nuys. I will work on getting Pilot Edge to work better and my SciTech panels to work. That'll make the flight a lot easier. But I learned a little bit tonight, and I hope you did too. So I'll see you guys again next Monday night. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.